Sorry that it's a little blurry, but week 10 looked a little bit like week 1. We failed to get a first down. We had to punt it away after a 3-and-out. They grilled our defense, who I admit were playing good the whole game. They completely grilled our defense. There was a stupid spot foul, pass interference by one guy, where he just pushed the guy down. I mean, that's very bad. Just pushed the guy down, grabbed the pick, obviously, but it was a return because it was a clear foul. I don't know what we were doing there. Then we had a foul, neutral zone infraction that got him into the 51-yard kicking attempt. Obviously, again, our fault. And it looked a little bit like week 1. We iced the guy, obviously. But a kick to determine home field advantage.
And he hooked it!
And he hooked it left. Alright. Video's a tad bit late. That's only because I was watching Mr. Beast past T-Series, which he did at about like 266 million subscribers. Don't worry, I will be the next person to pass Mr. Beast, and I'm gonna have 1 billion subscribers. Trust the process, okay? But for right now, we're reviewing the Battlehawks Brahmas game that ended about an hour ago. And with this win, let's get into it now. We have won the XFL regular season conference, at least in the regular season. We're technically the first seed, but that really doesn't matter because there's only 2 seeds. And we will have home field advantage, which obviously helped a lot today in the game versus the Brahmas, as our offense really was not that good. It was a replica of the game we played about week 1 and like against that the Roughnecks team where we went 22 for 8. 22-8 is what I mean. So yeah, we did not have a good day on offense. You can see that McCarron, coming off an injury, did not have a good game. But none of that really matters, as we did win the game. And of course, some highlights that I had to say. We blocked a kick at the end of the second quarter. That was cool. Really what we care about is the fourth quarter stuff. Basically starting off with the Brahmas touchdown. So the Brahmas got the ball back. They had a backup QB in. Dormady technically had a better game, but Garbage got injured. Unfortunate for him. Honestly, kind of glad Dormady came in. He looked a little worse than Garbers. But unfortunate for Garbers, of course. You don't want to see injuries happen. But of course, he came in. The best player on their team, or Kirkland, who had an amazing day, he caught a touchdown. So that brought it up to 1. And instead of vying for the 1 point to tie up the game, they went for the 2 points to take the lead. And first, the neutral zone infraction caused by us pushed them to the 2. Then they went for the 2-point conversion. They got it. They said they didn't get it at first, but after review, they got the 2-point. But we challenged, and at first I was like, why are you challenging that? They already said that, it was reviewed, obviously. But no, we actually challenged an ineligible man downfield on number 50, whoever that was. And he was clearly downfield. He was straight in the end zone. So, amazing challenge. It wasn't even just Andrew Beck that called it. McCarron was actually the person that, spotted it. And he got our coach to call it. And, they reviewed it. They obviously found out that it was ineligible man downfield, and they overturned it. So that was a 5-yard penalty. It pushed them back to the 7. And then, that play got knocked out by one of our defenders. Kept a 1-point lead, and instead of going for the 4th and 15, they elected to kick, which they did. 3 and out, obviously. Then they started torching our defense. Basically, what happened was the defense collapsed. Then we draw the stupid pass interference. And of course, this is review from that one, the video I played in the beginning of the video. He called the stupid pass interference play. Again, don't understand why you would do that. Neutral zone infraction again. They kicked the ball, and it was hooked to the left, I believe. Yeah, left, and it was no good. So what does all that mean? It means that we won, basically. So, to be honest, let's just get into the stats. Not really a good day from our offense, but a really good day from our defense. McCarron threw 10 for 24 for 115 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and he averaged 4.8 yards per play. Again, not his best game. He just came off injury, so I understand it. Sailors rushed 12 for 50 for an average of 4.2. Gallman ran 6 for 41, an average of 6.8. And McCarron ran 4 for 12. Pearson also running 1 for 2. For receiving, our leader was Pearson for 3 for 36, as long as 21, who's targeted 5 times. Butler caught 2 for 34. Mitchell caught 1 for 22 and a touchdown. Sutherland caught 1 for 12. Sailors caught 2 for 7. Shepard caught 1 for 4. And Gallman and Everett were both targeted twice and once respectively, but did not catch a ball. Now, here's where the real players come in. Our defense was magnificent today. Harvey had the most tackles today with 10. SOLs were also the highest at 6. We had 2 sacks on the day. Voice correct. 1 by Feeney, 1 by Harvey. Harvey also had 2 TFLs. He had an amazing game today. The person who got our interception was Kelly. We also had 4 whole pass deflections, 3 more tackles for losses, along with Harvey's, 31 SOLs, and 59 tackles. So we had an amazing day on defense. And if this keeps up, and our offense can pick it up next week, we'll have an easy time cruising to the UFL Championship. Fumbles. I believe this is the punt. I wasn't actively watching the whole game, but I was checking in. I believe that is the blocked kick field goal that I was talking about. Don't at me on that, but follow you. Forced the fumble, and SQ Henry got the fumble, so got on them. By the way, we didn't get anything after that. We tried to get out of bounds on one play, we didn't. 10-second runoff. It just went to halftime. For kick returns, Mitchell and Shepard both did 1 for 22 yards, and 1 for 16 respectively. And for our punt returns, Shepard had an amazing punt return to set us up in the red zone. That's how we got our final kick to make it 13. It was like 13-6 at the time. That was 41 yards, but he had 3 for 72. Smite had a perfect day today. 2 for 2, along with 38 and 6 points. So, yeah, better than the Brahmas kicker, because I believe he did not make a kick today. And Hofster punted probably a record for our team 7 whole times. Just shows that we did not have a good day today. He averaged 47 yards per punt, and his long was 59, but he was inside the 20 twice, and he had 1 touchback. On to the Brahmas team. Like I said, Garbers got injured today. He went 5 for 11 for 40 yards and an interception. Dormady came in. You can say he's better, but I think he's the worst QB than Garbers. He threw 15 for 27 for 108 yards and a touchdown. So, QB controversy in San Antonio. That'll be good for us, obviously. Their rushing was not good. Ellison attempted 11 times for 43 yards and a touchdown. And Garbers ran 3 for 5. Williams ran 2 for 4. Stevenson ran 1 for 4. When you have rushing like that on a backup QB, you're not going to have a good offense. So, it's basically what happened to them. They just didn't have a good rushing game, and their passing game just wasn't good enough. Kirkland obviously carried the team today. 7 for 127 and a touchdown. He's good. We're going to need to double him next game, tomorrow. Not tomorrow, of course. Next Saturday. Actually, I think the game's on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Turner caught 3 for 36. Akers got 2 for 26. Smith got 1 for 14. Williams caught 3 for 9. Stevenson caught 3 for 8. And Matt caught 1 for 8. For their defense, they got 3 sacks, 7 tackles for losses, 1 interception by Tabor, and total of 8 pass deflections. That is a lot of pass deflections. And Nelson led with sacks and SOLs. And I don't know what SOLs mean. Fumbles. Ellison fumbled once and lost it. So that was a real fun fumble because Santoso's their kicker. So that was a real fumble. I don't know when it was fumbled because, like I said, I wasn't fully watching the game totally. So we got 2 turnovers on the day, which is pretty good. For their punt returns, Williams punted 4 times. No, kick returns. I'm off today. I'm off right now. For kick returns, Williams got 4 returns for 106 yards. His longest 42. And punt returns, that's what I was talking about. Stevenson returned 5 for 34 yards. For kicking, Santoso, he did not make a kick. One of those were blocked. One of those were a hooked field goal to lose the game. But both of those were the reason that the Brahmas lost. So, unfortunate for them. And then Wing punted it 6 times. He averaged 44.7 yards. He had a long of 58 and was inside the 20 twice. On to the matchup. Pretty even, 30 for 30. We had 13 drives to their 12. Sorry. They had 57 plays. We had 50. We had 272 yards. They had 199. We had 199 yards. They had 272. We had 4 yards per play. They had 4.8. They had 1 red zone touchdown. We had none. And we both had 2 red zone attempts. For passing, not our best day. Great day for them. 216 to 94. 20 completions to 10. 38 passing attempts to 24 for us. 5.7 yards per attempt to our 3.9. And 1 passing touchdown for both of us. Of course, our rushing picked it up. 56 to 105. 17 attempts to 23. 3.3 yards per rush to our 4.6. And then they had the rushing touchdown, well, we didn't. But they had 2 turnovers to our 1. Well, we both had an interception, but they lost the fumble. Yeah, ignore the Cardinals absolutely sucking for a second. Obviously, those 2 games don't matter. They're just garbage games. And of course, they haven't filled these out. Even though we guaranteed the playoffs for about, 2 weeks by now? We knew the teams that were going to be in the playoffs by week 8, so they should have already had that done. But congratulations to the Stallions, who also clinched their division. We knew that was going to happen anyway, to be honest. They were 8-1 going into it. Panthers were 7-2. For the Panthers to even have a chance, they needed to win by like 25 points or something. There's no shot for that. But even with Michigan favored, which is odd, Stallions pulled it out. Apparently San Antonio was also favored for us for some reason. Interesting. The playoffs are set. It's likely going to be Battlehawks, Stallions, and UFL Championship, to be honest. I don't see the Panthers pulling it out in any case. It was a close game today, don't get me wrong. But the Stallions are just the better team, to be honest. They're the best team in the league. They're better than us by a long shot, too. I'm not just saying that because I don't believe in the Panthers. The Panthers beat us. It's just the Stallions are way and clear the best team in the league, and they would need to be majorly upset like they did get in Week 9 versus the Brahmas. And again, I still think the Stallions are the better team against the Brahmas by a long shot. It's just a good upset. So, yeah, we'll see. Obviously, all four teams were interesting. We lost to the Panthers. Stallions lost to the Brahmas. So maybe the UFL is just a better conference, which would be interesting, obviously, because it seemed like the USFL conference were the better the whole season, but we actually, well, not we, the XFL actually had won their meetups 9-7 against USFL. So we'll obviously learn that in the UFL Championship, but I think the Stallions are the best team in the league. They're probably the favorites to win the championship, per se. Alright, that's just my chair falling. They're probably the favorites to win behind, I'd say us at second, Brahmas at third, and the Panthers at fourth. But who knows? I mean, last year, the Renegades won the chip, and they're 2-7 right now, so. Anyway, that's all I really have to say. Good luck to Stallions and the Panthers next week. Go Battlehawks next week. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.